and I have some big news for you guys that is pretty much kind of like scary. California on a 24-hour lockdown, safer at home. Is this what's coming for the rest of America and Canada? The order has been extended to the state of California. Los Angeles is implementing what seems to be inevitably coming for the rest of the United States sooner than later. A 24-hour mandated quarantine for all residents to help flatten the curve of the virus pandemic. LA residents will no longer be able to leave their homes around the clock for the next month. That's right, for the next month, as ordered by Mayor Eric Garcetti, except for medical reasons and grocery store runs. It's called the Safer at Home Order for the next month. The new countrywide policy comes on the heels of the city of San Francisco enacting the same rules, which match what Italy began doing last week after it was hit hard by COVID-19 cases. Mayor Eric Garcetti tweeted, "I'm issuing a safer at home emergency order, ordering all residents of LA City to stay inside their homes and immediately limit all non-essential movement. We're taking this urgent action to limit the spread of COVID-19 and save lives." Garcetti says the lockdown will be in effect starting Friday, which is in 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is going to start, folks. In 2 hours and 15 minutes, California will be on full-blown safer at home mandatory lockdown. Wow. Garcetti says the lockdown will be in effect starting Friday and ending on April 19th. At least that's the plan for now. The Safer at Home order mandates the closure of all shopping centers, indoor malls, playgrounds, and non-essential businesses, while also prohibiting gatherings of more than 10 people in enclosed spaces. Residents can still leave their home to go on walks, to get exercise, and to get food and gas. People can also leave their home to go care for loved ones. Wow. Along with the San Fran shutdown, 6 additional Bay Area counties told residents to shelter in place, which means unless your work falls under the list of essential businesses, you're ordered to stay home. This list includes healthcare operations, grocery stores, shelters, media outlets, gas stations, banks, and restaurants, but only for takeout and delivery. And now LA is doing the same. Wow. Massive. So California has the population of Canada. So to put that entire state and tell them to stay at home for a month, that's big. That's really big news. Oh man, this is California. California is on lockdown. And we're talking about a population base that is equivalent to Canada. They just locked down California, Los Angeles in lockdown. If this can happen in Los Angeles, this can happen anywhere. Think about it. If this can happen in Los Angeles, this can happen anywhere. What do you guys think about this? Huge news. Los Angeles, California in lockdown. You are no longer allowed to just go and come as you please in Los Angeles for the next 30 days. Is LA the American Wuhan? I think that we have to prepare that both Canada and the United States is going to have massive, massive lockdowns. We need to prepare for this. Alexander says, Ohio cases double. I think that the numbers in America are starting to become very frightening. Edberg says, it's not drama, this is information. I think we need to be very, very serious about how we're handling this because they just locked down California. Alexander Carpenter says, the Great Depression morning has begun. It's a very scary time, guys. It's a very scary time. If you have freedom right now, I would suggest you get supplies, get food, get water, get toilet paper, do whatever you can to get as many supplies as you can so that when we are told that we have to stay home, you don't really have to leave your home. That's what you have to think about right now, because we're pretty much being told now all over the world in different places that we need to stay home. It might not happen yet in your city, but it just happened in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles. So if it can happen in Los Angeles, and it can happen in Italy, and it can happen in Spain, and it can happen in China, it can happen here in Vancouver. Vancouver now has more cases than anywhere else in Canada. So I have a feeling it's going to happen here in Vancouver, and it's going to happen soon. And I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared for what our world is going to look like in like a couple days because it's changing so fast. Things are changing so fast. Guys, please smash the like button. We're live. We're interactive. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know your opinions on the shutdown, the lockdown of California, Los Angeles. Like, this is huge news. Massive, massive news. Alexander Carpenter says, stock up on your guns and food for the next 3 months. You need to think about having food for the next 3 months. I agree. That's great advice. Gage Armstrong says, can I go fishing this weekend? I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just don't think that is part of staying inside. It doesn't seem like that is part of staying inside. I mean, it's pretty clear they want us to stay inside. Alexander says the Constitution has my suspended in California. No XAP says coronavirus is a hoax. Nyan says martial law. Man, I don't know if that falls under the category of martial law. It's called the Safer at Home Act, and they want people to stay safe. and they're asking us to stay home. I know that I have a friend of mine, and his parents went to a rugby competition just a few days ago where there was 40,000 people there. They got the virus. His parents, his mother and father both got the coronavirus. And this is here in Vancouver. Both his mother and father got the coronavirus, and their friends that went with them got the coronavirus. 4 of them got the coronavirus all at the same place. A large sporting event with 40,000 people. After hearing that, it really made me think twice about wanting to go into large groups of people anywhere. And I think we need to be really smart about this. AJ Baylock says, here in San Francisco, we had a shelter-in-place order. So what is it like over there in San Francisco right now? Are people staying inside? Are people taking this serious? Are people still going outside? How are people handling this? Alexander Carpenter says, martial laws in California. Is that martial law? I don't know if that's martial law. Lisanne says, I've been sitting 1 week at home. I'm getting crazy. I think sitting 1 week at home, sitting even 1 month at home, sitting even 3 months at home, it's better than getting this virus and having to go to a hospital and deal with this and have your family have to deal with you in a situation where they can't be around you. Think about it. This has got to be one of the most lonely viruses because nobody can be around you because it's contagious. You can infect people. So if you want to be safe, the smart move is to stay inside. Alexander Carpenter says NBA player in Boston has the C-19. A lot of players are getting coronavirus right now. Lots of players. And I think you're talking about Marcus Smart. Yeah. Ray Wong says, I'm in Cali. We are all locked down. How weird is it right now, Ray? Is it weird? It feels weird here in Vancouver. It feels eerie. Doesn't feel right. It feels like we're in a different world right now. Like the world just changed. AJ Baylock says the roads are wide open even during rush hour, but there is still some outside recreation. Yeah, I think that you're going to see that stop. I think you're going to soon see that everybody's inside. AJ Baylock says Costco shelves depleted. T Fox says I'm in San Fran, Bay Area, still going to work. Lucky I'm alone at work. Oh, thank you for sharing. Alexander Carpenter says the LA Laker has 2 players with the C-19. Man, it's scary. It's spreading all over the NBA. Raymond Joel Reyes Amador says, same here on the Dominican Republic, 5th day of quarantine. What's it like in the Dominican Republic? Are people staying inside? In the Dominican Republic, people are staying inside? Believe Jesus is Lord, says Tim 2 Tim 1:7. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Seek God, people. God bless you, Rich. Praying for you and your family and for all on here affected by this. Amen. Yeah, man. I really hope everybody, let's say stay strong and let's be smart, intelligent loving, compassionate human beings and take care of our fellow brothers and sisters in a time of need. Peter Morley says, it seems to me the world has changed forever. It's time to simplify our lives and take care of each other. I agree with you. I agree with you. No XAP says, we in this quarantine, my guy. That's scary, man. Levon says, what's up? Erie and Edmonton also. Are you guys feeling like when you're outside, do you feel like guilty? Lisan says, what's happening right now is very good for the environment, less pollution. Yeah, I mean, I'm not denying that. That's one way to look at it. Leslie Love says, I'm in Florida, no quarantine, no one wearing masks down here, everyone acting stupid like it's just a flu. It's weird how, like, in one state in America, you've got a lockdown, and then on the other state, on the other side of the country, you got people going to the beach. It's spring break. I mean, I think it's just a matter of time until everybody's staying at home, whether we like it or not. And I'm here in Vancouver, and it's spreading like wildfire here in Vancouver. So it's just a matter of time, I think, until we're locked down too. I think it's just a matter of days, to be honest with you. I don't think it's weeks. I think it's days. Philip says, been tilling the soil in my garden and planting dark heart clones, staying busy. Yeah, just enjoy your solitude, guys. Enjoy your time alone and stay at home and stay safe. It's better to be safe than sorry. Ray Wong says, me and my lady both working still and kids eating all the food. Hey, man, I'm glad that you guys are still finding ways to work. Are you working from home or are you still working in California? Like, are you allowed to go outside and work? No XAP says, everyone stay safe out there. Yeah, man. Everybody stay safe. This is the invisible virus. It's a war against an invisible virus that can affect anybody. And I believe it can affect anybody of any age. So please stay safe. It's better be safe than sorry. Habuba says, good people need to stay inside to be safe and keep everyone else safe. I agree. Protect yourselves, guys. AJ Baylock says, I live right by the San Francisco airport, still hear planes passing by, but far fewer flights. Yeah, I think that they're going to have flights for essential people getting back into the country, politicians, essential services, but everybody right now needs to stay in self-isolation. I actually think we're gonna have a green day tomorrow. The Asian markets are green right now, so is Australia. So I think there's a very good chance we could have a green day tomorrow. I hope so. I'm always the optimist, but we've been going red, green, red, green, red, green. Gold is up and oil is up. And see the futures? Futures are up. So oil is up, gold is up, futures are up. But futures are up only slightly. AJ Baylock says dispensaries were closed temporarily per order from the mayor, but then they were categorized under the essential business label and reopened. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I was talking to Kiran Sidhu about that, and he did tell me that he believed that he would stay open. So that's great news for the cannabis sector. In America, we don't know where they're going to categorize that yet in Canada. Alexander Carpenter asks, hey, Rich, do you think China is responsible for the virus because the U.S. said they don't bring the C-19 to Wuhan? Do I think China's responsible for the virus? I'm not here to blame anyone for the virus. I'm not here to blame anyone. I don't know where the virus came from. I know that I heard about it first in China. Where it came from? Was it planted there? Did it come from there? Who knows? I don't know. I don't have those answers. I couldn't really give you a true answer because do we even really know where it came from? Did it come from bat soup? Did it come from, is it a biological weapon? Did it come from American soldiers that went to China? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't have all those answers. Lee Sen says COVID-19 is just flu, but a flu without a treatment. Yeah, well, a flu without a treatment is deadly. SC says COVID-19 came from Canada. Biolabs was stolen by Chinese plants and shipped to Wuhan Biolab. Yeah, I mean, that is a theory. There are many theories out there. I don't know. And I don't have all the answers, guys. I wish I did. I don't. But, you know, what we can do is we could talk about it. I can hear your opinions. We could talk about it. I can give you my opinions, but I don't know where this came from because there is no right or wrong answer. There's just opinions, and everyone has an opinion, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. Right now, I'm looking at price of oil. Oil's at $26.92. I'm really liking that because I got in at $22, and gold is at $14.86, and gold seems to be climbing. So I'm very bullish on gold and oil at these prices. So hopefully this continues, and tomorrow we see gold go up, oil go up, and the markets go up. Hoverbot says Else is heading back up. Yeah, they had a nice day today. Ray Wong says, I work at a DC and my lady works for the county, both related to food. Hey, man. Good on you, brother. Keep up the good work, man. Keep bringing the food to the people, man. The people need the food. Lisa says red, 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 green. 4 days red, 1 day green. What do you mean? We've been alternating days. Green on Friday, red on Thursday of last week. This week, red on Monday, green on Tuesday, red on Wednesday, green on Thursday. So tomorrow should be red if we were going to keep that pattern, but right now futures are slightly green. Oil is up, gold is up. And the Asian markets, Australian markets are up. I think oil was a buy at $20, in my opinion. Yeah, I bought it at 22. I like buying things when they're historically low. Leslie Love says, actually, flu is short for influenza. COVID-19 is a coronavirus, not related to influenza at all. Gage Armstrong says, will they ever found out what it came from, and could it happen again? I mean, they might know where, oil just hit $27. That's pretty big. They might know where it came from. I just don't know where it came from. I don't have that classified information. Lisanne says oil is a buy. I think so. Believe Jesus is Lord says, well, there is a DOJ story for the Harvard professor that was arrested that worked in the lab and on the patent COVID-19 strain. The arrest of 3 individuals was reported by the Department of Justice. They even had vials. Alexander Carpenter says gas price at $1.58 in Ohio. Lee San says smash that button. Hey, thank you guys for the likes. If you haven't smashed the like button, please smash the like button. We are live and interactive. Your late night vampire here, your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. We're talking about the markets, what we think is going to happen tomorrow, talking about the fact that California right now, Los Angeles right now, many counties in California are in lockdown. So this is big news. What do you guys think? Lululemon advertising on this page? I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Hoverbot says, watch see if Hexo bounces from coming dip after blazing up today. RBC was slow to sell. Be aware of that. Jay West says, it is 5G wake up. Yeah, 5G is very dangerous. And there's a lot of people saying that a lot of this is coming from 5G. And it's some type of a 5G cover up. But I'm not going to go there with the conspiracy theories. Philip says China has things under control and stocks up, not so much here in the US. Yeah, it seems as though things are getting better over there now, apparently, even though they're not 100%, back 100%. I know that for a fact. But we're just getting started. So we're way behind where they were, and we're kind of like in the beginning stages of where they were, and they're apparently coming through it now. So hopefully that means in 3 months we'll come through it. Hopefully. Hoverbot says Hexo has Quebec mail order revenue coming in if they don't mess up. That would be big. Hoverbot says SEC investigating Kronos. Yeah, I know. I saw that. Kind of disturbing. Raymond says there's something weird about all the viruses coming up recently, Ebola, SARS, etc. Yeah, it's disturbing. Sharky says it might be 5G, like as Jay West said. A lot of people are saying that this is a 5G cover-up, that 5G is affecting us very negatively, and they want to push to have it, but it is affecting us physically, and they're just using this coronavirus as a cover-up for 5G. That's a conspiracy theory that I've been hearing consistently. Is it true? I don't know. Hoverbot says Kronos news on Market Watch 11 p.m. 20th. Yeah, I'm not excited about what's going on with Kronos Group. Lisa says, I am wondering when will Namaste earnings? They should be busy these days. What do you think? Yeah, I think that a lot of cannabis companies are going to surprise as long as they can stay in business. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate you, man. Hoverbot says 5G is just radiation bump. Most drones use 5.8 gigahertz 5G. But that radiation could be affecting our bodies in a very weird way as they introduce it into society. There could be side effects. And some people are saying that these are the side effects. Pete Ferraro says, hey, thank you for being a member. Pete says China is full of poo. They are lying about the numbers in coronavirus in China. And a lot of people are saying that, but I have no way to prove it. Hoverbot says use 5.8 gigahertz for video transmission, high data rate. Hoverbot says like standing near a transmitter, not healthy, but not everywhere, will not work in mountains, etc. Hoverbot 5G only for urban use. Pico says, that's when you know people watching. If Lululemon wants a piece of Rich TV, LOL, oil stocks had a deadline to purchase them by March 21st in order to qualify for dividend quarterly payment to investors. Thank you. Pico says, what's good, Rich? Nice hats. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Mad respect. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for being here late night with your late night vampire. Your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. I just saw the news that California, Los Angeles is in lockdown, and I thought that was huge news, and I thought we'd just go live and talk about it. What do I think about Boeing at less than $100? I just think that the airline industry is in trouble, and I would stay away for a while. That's my opinion. But I might be wrong. I mean, they've come down a long way, but I just don't see how they go up until things get better. Hoverbot says the sun gives off radiation too. Yeah, but the 5G is a new technology that they're implementing, and some people are saying that that implementation is what is truly causing all of these physical ailments of people all over the world. Chad says, about the stocks, today was a green day, right? I am trying to learn to read the market. I learned how it all works. Should we still wait until we invest since it might still be going down? I think the market has a very good chance to continue to go down. I think that there's going to be a lot of worse days ahead. There's going to be days with much higher death tolls, not just in Canada and the United States, but all over the world. And I think we need to be prepared for the worst. However, I do believe that there will be opportunities in the market every day between now and the end of this that will be spectacular. And I do believe that we will bounce back from this, and the markets will bounce back from this. The question is, what is the bottom? When will we find the bottom? And how is it going to look like when we get there? We are realizing that China is finding their way through this now. We need to do the same. China is finding their way through this. We need to do the same. If they can find their way through this, we can find our way through this. If South Korea can find their way through this, we can find our way through this. We just have to listen, follow the rules, and if we do that, we'll get through this and we'll be able to go back to living a normal life. It seems very far from where we are right now. It does. But if the worst thing that we have to do right now is just stay at home, then I think we need to really consider ourselves very lucky. If the worst thing that we have to do is stay at home, we should consider ourselves very, very lucky. That's my opinion. Lisa M says, hey, Rich, let's talk about COVID stocks. I think there's some really good ones. Gilead Sciences, GILD. I think mRNA is really positioned themselves to do really well. There's also a lot of others that I've been looking at that I think have a lot of potential. One of them is Sona, S-O-N-A in Canada. Another one is INO, which is also in the fight to find a vaccine. However, they are being heavily shorted by Citron Research and under attack by lawsuits. So please be careful with that one. So there are a lot of companies out there that are in the coronavirus vaccine space. There's also companies doing test kits. One of the companies that's doing test kits is Roche. And Roche RHABY, I think has a chance to do extremely well. So there's quite a few coronavirus companies out there that I'm watching. CODX is another one. There's quite a few of them, and some of them are doing really well, but they're very volatile. They go up and down with a lot of violence. So please be careful. Hoverbot says Air Canada below 10, a good long play. I still think that Air Canada can go lower. I think that we're still early, and there's a very good likelihood that Air Canada could go lower. Peepo says, I guess we need to find company that produces Wi-Fi 5G blocking paint. Good time for home renovations. Yeah, you know what? I think people will be doing a lot of home renovations. It's a good point. Hoverbot says cash limits at banks is a bad sign if it occurs. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Lisanne says some stocks are already in their bottom, not all stocks. I agree. I think that we still have another few waves to go lower. I really believe that. Philip says pot gets me through times of no money better than money gets me through times of no pot. Yeah, I think that pot has that effect on people. Hoverbot says Canadian government should take over failed MJ greenhouses and start community social run veggies and fruits and other things for lack of Mexico or outside imports. It's a good idea. Myron Gain says bear stocks are the way to go for now. Are you talking about like SQQQ, like bear ETFs? Vu Dang says, here's another pick for you, Rich. MYL. MYL. Let me pull it up. MYL. MYL. Mylan. Mylan. Up 4% and up 17% after hours. Wow. Mylan ramps up U.S. production of malaria drug for COVID-19 use. That's big. It's a good one. I like that pick. I like the way you're thinking. Very smart. Very, very smart. Ben says, hey, got my feet amputated today. Diabetes is worse than corona. Stay vigilant, people. I'm sorry to hear that, Ben, man. Get well soon, my friend. Myron says TVIX, SPXS, and TECS. Let me add those. TVIX. I've already got that one. Wow, it's up 18% after hours. Wow. $762. Holy moly. SPXS. That's another one that I also got. Bear ETF. That's not a good sign. And TECS. It's not one that I have. Direction Daily Technology Bear 3X ETF. Thank you for the ETFs. All of which are up after hours, which is not a good sign at all. Thank you for sharing. Lisan says some of COVID stocks are in their bottom since last summer. Don't you think they will fly soon? Yeah, I think that there's a very good chance they could fly, but it depends on the stock, and it just, depends on how much insider selling they have, depends on what their news is. There's many different things that it's going to depend on. Ben says wash your feet. Yeah, wash your feet, wash your hands, wash everything. Stay clean, guys. Vu Deng says chloroquine malaria vaccine. VXX are to play rich. Yeah, VXX. iPath futures. And they're up 7% aftermarket too. Hoverbot says growing beans and tomatoes or citrus is all possible. Email your MPs if they are actual MJ greenhouses that are real. Philip says mRNA has been killing it, but the UVIX has more than doubled. Yeah, that's nuts. I think mRNA is also like mRNA was at $11 in January. Now they're at $28. So mRNA is more than doubled as well. They've done quite well for themselves. Everyone is bored. It's like an apocalypse out there, barely anyone out. Yeah, because we're being told to stay home. We're being told to stay home. So that's the smart thing to do. You should stay home. If you're being told to stay home, stay home. If you're being told to stay home, stay home. I mean, it just makes sense. Don't push your luck. There's no need to push your luck. I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry. Do you really want to go to a hospital and have to deal with a coronavirus? Do you really want to do that? I don't. So stay home. Stay home. We're being told to stay home. I think it's an idea for us to stay home. I don't know what to tell you. We're being told we should stay home. I know everybody needs to get to work, but if everybody goes to work, then nobody stays home, then we're not going to beat this. So the only way we can beat this is if everybody stays home. I know it's hard. We're all going to lose money. We're all going to suffer in one way or another because of it. But at the end of the day, we should listen to what we're being told if we want to get better. Because you're not only at risk of getting it yourself, you are at risk of giving the virus to other people. So by going outside, not only are you at risk, you're putting everyone else at risk. So if everyone just stays home and everybody only goes outside for exercise and everybody keeps their distance from other people and nobody goes near everybody and everybody just stays away from everybody, and you only go shopping for food and essentials and visiting relatives in the hospital, we'll beat this. We'll beat this. I mean, it's happening in California now. So if they're going to shut down California, then that means they can shut down anything. California is one of the biggest states in America. So if they can shut down California, they can shut down anywhere. Philip says making vaccines by growing plants in soil with virus. Plant protein is then used. Hey man, whatever works. We need a solution. Vu Dang says NBY pick for you, Rich. Thank you, Vu. NBY. 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 Nova Bay Pharma. Up 15% after market. Nice pick. Wow, it was up 394% today. Damn. 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 I like that pick. It's a good pick. Jersey ain't shutting down. The government and mayor are debating. They're going to shut down. Whether you like it or not, everything's going to shut down. Steve says, I think North America will be shut down by Monday, maybe. I think that's very likely. Hoverbot says, Zoom is crazy high. Not sure if it will continue without a dip. There's a lot of hype over Zoom right now because people are using it a lot. There's definitely a very good chance it could have a dip. Of course, it's been doing very, very well. I think that New York will shut down. If California shut down, I think there's a very good chance that New York is going to shut down. And I think there's a very good chance that Vancouver, where I'm at, is going to shut down because Vancouver has more cases right now than anywhere else in Canada. I think there's a very good chance that Vancouver gets shut down. Michelle says, the longer this goes on, the more skeptical I get. Skeptical? Hoverbot says, LA getting Navy hospital ship. Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, whatever it takes, right? Will this really last for over 9 months? I hope it's over soon. But I have done a lot of research on this, and I think that there is a vaccine that could be available, could be a cure, or a vaccine that helps at the very least, that could be available. Some are being worked on right now, but there is one that could be available as early as November, I've heard, from a company in Canada that is working with the American Pentagon. So there's a lot of people working on a vaccine. I think it's just a matter of time. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Steve says Canada is waiting for US. I think right now we realize in Canada that this is serious. I remember a few weeks ago, people thought I was crazy. Now people are like, okay, you were right. But nobody really knows what to do, right? So I think we need to stay home, stay safe. Right now, LA is in lockdown. And I think everybody right now needs to be prepared to be in lockdown. And if the hardest thing you have to do is stay inside to protect yourself and your families, then think about that. Is it really that hard? Actually ask yourself, is it really that hard? Think about it. Could be much worse. What do I think of Air Canada's stock price now? I think Air Canada's in some serious trouble. Michelle says, so the symptoms are the exact same as the flu, right? But it's more contagious. Yeah, they say that you have troubles breathing. It's a respiratory issue and shortness of breath, dry cough. I mean, I guess it looks like the flu, but they don't have a cure. And people are dying all over the world. And anyone can get it from any age. Steve says 3 months. If we are lucky, we have to be as good as China. I mean, I think that we need to find a way to get through it. I couldn't care less if it's as good as China, if it's worse than China. I mean, I'm not in competition when it comes to that. I think we need to think about our safety. We need to think about our countries. We need to think about preservation of mankind and human life. Yeah, you can go outside to grocery shop, but try to stay inside as much as possible. I hope we don't see people dropping like flies. I really hope so. I mean, I don't want to see that. Michelle says, so is it worth destroying the world's economy for something that is killing so few people? Well, it's killed 10,000 people worldwide so far in a few months. It's a pretty large amount, and that number is growing. I don't think stepping over dead bodies would be very nice. That'd be terrible. Angel says, been trying to buy some physical silver with no luck, Rich. Why? Kitco. Kitco. SpaceX says, hype, hype, hype. We need more hype. Not religious, but prayer and meditation helps. Stay safe, guys. Pray a lot. Respect fellow mankind. Try to stay inside because that's what we're being told. And wash your hands and practice social distancing. All right. So my thoughts and my prayers are with everyone in Los Angeles and in America and in Canada and all over the world that has been affected by this coronavirus. Stay safe, everybody. Markets are looking up and down. So I'll keep you guys updated on everything as it happens. Futures have been up, then they've been down, then they've been up again. So they're up and down a little bit. Oil is up, gold is up. Hopefully we have a green day tomorrow. Stay tuned. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and I'm out. Peace. Stay safe. Wash your hands.